Hey there, here is lesson 135. So number one says 8 and 1/7 minus 3 and 1/4 equals j. So I stacked it over here. I've got 8 and a seventh minus 3 and 1/4, and of course we cannot do anything with these fractions until we get common denominators. So I'm going to multiply this by 4/4 and this by 7/7, and that will give me 28ths for both of them, right? So now I've got 4 28ths and 7 28ths. So I still have my 8 and my 3. Now I have another problem though, because I can't take 7 from 4 without going into negative numbers, that is. So one way to think about this is to think of 8 as 7 plus 28 28ths, because 28 28ths is one whole. And then I still have this 4 28ths. So that gives me 7 and 32 28ths. And now I can take the 7 28ths away from the 32. So now I've got 25 28ths, and 7 minus 3 is 4. So 4 and 25 28ths. That was a little complicated, and that is basically a 5th grade preview. Tons of this will happen next year. So 4 and 25 28ths. Okay, 6.3 plus 4.1, 6 and 3/10 plus 4 and 1/10. That is 10 and 4/10. Number 3, the big thing is to remember that parentheses get done before anything else. If you do 7 plus 5 and then times 10, what that would be 12 times 10 is 120, and that is not what we're looking for. Parentheses first, so 5 times 10 first. 5 times 10 is 50, and then we add the 7, which makes it be 57. Okay, 4 and 1500ths, the nearest tenth. I made a little place value chart over here. 4 and 1500ths. We want to go the nearest tenth. Here is the tenths place. The 5 tells me to go round up. So 4 and 2/10 is your rounding to the nearest tenth. Value of the fraction shown. I've got one whole triangle, a second triangle, and a third of a triangle, so 2 and 1/3. And now we've got Janet has a teal deck of cards that measures 45 by 34 millimeters. And she also has a purple deck of cards that measures 34 by 20 millimeters. And they want us to sketch and label the two decks of cards. So let's see. I'll draw a deck of cards, which is going to look like a rectangle. And for this one, they said it's 20 millimeters and 34. So there's my sketch with my label. The other one is 45 by 34. I drew it bigger because bigger dimensions, right? And then it says which deck of cards has the larger area. Area is just how many squares are in the middle. And you can see from my drawing that the area of the 34 by 45 would be a larger area. We know to find area, we multiply the two numbers, and if we multiply greater numbers, we're going to get a greater product. So the 45 by 34, whoops, I should label that, 45 millimeters by 34 millimeters is larger. I guess I could also just say the teal deck is larger. Teal deck is larger. There you go. There's lesson 135.